is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's talk Nicki Minaj and Kat.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
Nicki Minaj has been in the news quite a bit recently.
She has.
First of all, there was the Amsterdam thing where she admitted that she had a few bits and bobs on her under the legal, under the limit. Of course, you're allowed to have 5 grams of stuff. She got raided. Blah blah blah. She's currently touring, and I am baffled, as was a lot of people at the show. She spoke to somebody in the crowd, and they were from Wales. And this is what first of all, notice her accent as well as the nonsense that she's saying.
It always reminds me of a dear friend of mine, she's not here anymore, but the Princess of Wales. Let's have a moment of silence for her.
And then everybody was quiet. Okay, there's so much to unpack here. A, she was in Birmingham. There was just a person from the audience that was from Wales. Then she went on that
Weird tangent.
crazy tangent in an English accent.
Yeah. To be fair, she's known for doing accents. She often puts on an English accent. But, to then do a moment of silence, that's weird.
That's weird, but also, we've done a little bit of research here.
We have.
Well, the research involved me going to Jack, hang on. How could she be a friend of Princess Di's? When was she born? Turns out she was born in 1982. Princess Diana sadly passed away on a day that nobody will forget, August 31st, 1996.
97.
97.
Yeah.
So Nicki Minaj was 15 when the princess passed away. There is no way they were friends.
No, and I just don't think their paths would have crossed either.
No, because Nicki Minaj wasn't Nicki Minaj until way after that.
She was still Anika back then.
Look, if you ever need clarification as to whether or not she was carrying more of those drogas than she was declaring, I think that's it now. Let's talk about cats, because I love cats.
You do. What's your favourite breed of cat?
I would really love... Thank you so much for asking. I know that you don't care, but I'm all in on this conversation.
No, I care because I care for the aesthetic of you with cats around you at your house.
Okay.
I want to properly imagine the type of cat laying next to you.
Okay, sure. I love a Burmese. I love a dark chocolate Burmese, right? They're actually the chocolate Burmese are cream with brown points.
Right.
But the colour I like is actually just called a brown Burmese, and they're all glossy and dark brown, chocolate coloured heaven. But I dream of having a Maine Coon.
What do they look like? Let me Google.
A Maine Coon is like a mini lion.
Oh, that's sick.
They are huge.
They're regal.
They're magic. I really want one.
And before we get onto the story, what's your stance on a Sphinx cat? Because I see them on TikTok all the time and they just look like ugly little rats.
Well, I just feel like they wouldn't be satisfying to pat.
No, they look like, I probably can't say that.
I like that you think they look like a ball bag.
Yeah, scrotum-esque.
I agree. But if there was a rescue one, of course I would take it.
Obviously. You're not a monster.
No, I'm not a monster. Oh my God, I would love you even if you're ugly. So using words with S in them to grab a cat's attention, like we all do, is allegedly like swearing at them.
Is that what you did to your cat that ran away to the neighbour?
Maybe. What I do, though, when I'm out walking is if I see a cat, I go pss, 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 pss. And I think that they don't like me. But it's like I'm yelling at them, swearing. Much like the man that approached my vehicle yesterday with no teeth in his head, screaming about how his mother had died. So I know how they feel.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
But before we get to them...
Chrissy's Clickbait.
All right, so Vera Wang. Are you across the storyline of the 90s film, I guess it is, Death Becomes Her?
No.
So it stars Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn. And they're both aging women, and they find a special vial of green potion. And it makes them age backwards. They get young.
Cool.
And there's a really famous scene where Meryl Streep drinks it and you see her getting younger in the mirror. and her boobs pop up and everything. And I remember seeing a behind-the-scenes sort of filming of it, and there was a guy underneath that physically pushes up her boobs. Yeah. And I tell you what, Vera Wang, the designer, is absolutely sipping that potion. She has posted a photograph of herself. She is 74 years old.
What?
She is reclining on, which isn't old, but it's not 20. She's reclining on a pool chair. She's in a white pair of bathers. She looks 19.
I was going to say, she doesn't even look like a young adult. She looks like a teenager, Swan.
Yeah, and people are losing their minds. But riddle me this, right? If I put Patty Swan, who's 82, in a long, dark wig and a big pair of glasses, I reckon she could look 20 as well.
You reckon?
Yeah, because the biggest sort of indicators that you have gotten older are your eyes and your hair.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
And your hands. You can't get your hands done.
And your hands.
I reckon we should do that, Swanee. Also, no shade to Vera, but I can see, Swanee, there's a little bit of face tune happening there. There's a bit of smoothing going
is there?
on. Which we could do with Patty. Let's do it. Let's do a radio stunt.
Let's get her out. If she ever calls me again, I'll ask her. Let's move on to my teenage obsession. And I still can't. I love him. John Bon Jovi. He was an absolute legend in the 80s and 90s, lead singer of Bon Jovi. People are going to be listening to this going, why is she explaining who he is? Because most young people have got no idea who he is.
Yeah.
He's now known as the father-in-law of Millie Bobby Brown.
How cool is that?
From Stranger Things.
Yeah.
She married his son, Jake. Can't believe Jake's old enough to get married. I remember when he was born. To Dorothea. And he has been asked about the recent wedding.
There were reports over the weekend that your son Jake and Millie Bobby Brown have tied the knot. So what can you tell us? How are the happy couple?
They're great. They're absolutely fantastic. It was a very small family wedding, and the bride looked gorgeous, and Jake is happy as can be. And yeah, it's true.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Congratulations. That's a round of applause. Congratulations.
Has he always just sounded like he's blazed?
He is a very relaxed guy.
What a dude.
Yeah. Oh, God, I loved him. I had such a crush on him in the 80s and 90s.
What's your favourite Bon Jovi song?
Look, it's really hard to say, but because I am a closet bogan, some would say not very closet, but I know a
You
lot.
might well.
I know a lot about Bon Jovi, and I would say my favourite is "Living on a Prayer," but the acoustic version, which is very rare.
Let me get it up on YouTube so we can try and enjoy
I
some
heard
of
it. Well, I don't even know if you can get it up anywhere.
Countdown?
I saw it live. I saw it live at Countdown. Yes.
She cries every night, time and
Yes.
whispers. It's okay.
Yes, it was just him and Richie Sambora front of stage. And I was there. I wagged school with my best friend then and now, Beck Thompson.
Is that you there?
Oh my God,
In the front
yes,
row?
it's me and Beck.
You can literally see you.
It's me and Beck wagging school. Oh my God, I still get nervous. Am I going to get a detention?
That is so good.
What's your favourite?
Mine has-
Everyone's got to have a favourite Bon Jovi. I can't believe you found that.
I know. I can't believe mine is the same as well, but mine is the same because I first heard it on my...
Oh, Living on a Prayer is your favourite?
Yeah, my favourite because I first heard it on my favourite film.
Charlie's Angels. Full Throttle.
No, this was in the first Charlie's
the
Angels.
first one, right,
with
right.
your Queen Drew Barrymore in it.
On a Prayer.
You can't go past this.
You really can't. Having said that, Wanted is great. Bad Medicine is great. Lay Your Hands on Me is great. See, I'm a tragic. I'm an absolute tragic.
Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel are up next. They'll be calling someone at 5 with 10 grand.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.